This man's name is Byron, a successful businessman at a very young age. Byron's ambition is to become the richest man in his city. Even because of this, he forgets many things. Elsewhere, there's a man named Lukey, a repairman. However, Lukey is easily attracted to women. Just that day, while fixing a sink at someone's house, he immediately asked the homeowner to be intimate, even though Lukey has a beautiful wife, a former actress named Phyllis. However, their relationship isn't going well, as Lukey is always busy with his own affairs. Not only Lukey, but Byron is also similar. His relationship with his wife Marianne is also often marred by arguments. This all stems from Byron's refusal when his wife wants to have the child she dreams of. For Byron, a child would only add to his burdens. Nevertheless, Marianne remains determined to have a child and calls a carpenter to build a room for her future child. Coincidentally, Lukey is the one she chose. After Marianne explained, Lukey immediately went to work. But for some reason, Marianne's gaze toward him seemed different. Marianne's continued desire for children irritated Byron, and arguments erupted again in the house. Byron even considered breaking up with Marianne. The argument left Marianne sad and crying, and soon after, Lukey arrived for work. For some reason, Lukey's arrival changed Marianne's mood. She appeared happy, even dressing up to look beautiful in front of Lukey. Marianne then asked Lukey about children, and he replied that he didn't have any. After chatting for a while, Marianne wanted to leave, but Lukey held her back, and they made love for the first time. Marianne was very happy, feeling something she hadn't felt with Byron. Afterwards, they went for a walk together like a couple. There, Lukey confessed to Marianne that he actually had a daughter. However, when he learned she wasn't his biological child, he left, and to this day, they have never seen each other again. Meanwhile, Phyllis was at a restaurant and accidentally met Byron. They became acquainted and immediately became close. Phyllis seemed to give Byron a chance. When he walked Phyllis home, he rewarded her with a kiss. Meanwhile, Lukey and Marianne's relationship was spiraling out of control. They seemed to be getting closer and more intimate, often flirting with each other. Not only them, but Phyllis had also become more beautiful since being with Byron. They were enjoying life like ordinary rich people. Lukey and Marianne were the same way, spending time together and being happy in their own ways. However, despite being with Byron frequently, Phyllis's heart was still tied to her memories of Lukey. She didn't want the relationship to grow any further. Until one day, when Byron and Phyllis were dining together at a restaurant, Lukey was unexpectedly there, with Marianne. Byron was furious and a fight ensued with Lukey. That's when they all learned that their partners were also playing behind their backs. In the chaos, Phyllis took Marianne outside and asked her to take her to her house. There, she asked what Lukey was actually doing there. Marianne explained that he was simply renovating a room that would be used as a bedroom for their unborn child. It turned out that Marianne was pregnant, but it was unknown whose child it was. Shortly after, Byron and Lukey arrived and the commotion erupted again. Lukey was shocked to see Phyllis there. Their marriage was truly on the verge of collapse. Byron was furious with Marianne for betraying him. However, after Lukey and Phyllis left, Byron and Marianne immediately became intimate, disappointed that this had already happened. Several months after the incident, Marianne's pregnancy had grown larger. She and Byron finally decided to separate. While Lukey and Phyllis remained together, Phyllis's emotions were often volatile, and Lukey had to endure it all. Finally, the film ended.